Did you know that there are strange creatures living inside your brain? To be specific, two creatures. And no, they are not creatures of fiction, and neither are you hallucinating. They are actually real creatures that are mapped inside your brain, that are miniature versions of you with distorted body features. And those creatures are called the motor and the sensory homunculus. So let me explain what is happening here. Your brain is a master organ, and it controls all the parts of your body, and that includes the motor control and the sensory control. So let me state what those are. So the motor control is when your brain moves your body around, and that includes talking, walking, touching things, and manipulating things in your environment. And the sensory role of your brain is to sense what is around you, and you can feel things around your environment. You all remember when we were in primary school being told to use 5 common senses, and those are the senses I'm talking about. So these two functions of your brain are carried out mostly by two areas of your brain. So for the motor functions, the area of your brain that carries it out is called precentral gyrus. And for the sensory functions, the area of your brain that carries it out is called postcentral gyrus. Now here is where the tiny humans that live inside your brain come in. Now, physiologists will pictorially try to represent the various parts of your body that are controlled by the various parts of the brain using graphical drawings. These graphical drawings are proportionate in size to the amount of processing power it demands from the brain. And because your body does not distribute functions proportionately in terms of size, then it means that some structures are small, yet they consume a lot of brain power when it comes to motor and sensory function. Mainly so, for human beings, the mouth, that is the lips and the tongue, because you speak throughout the day, and your hands, because you touch and feel and manipulate things throughout the day. But now here is the weird part. As we lay down those two human graphical structures on your brain, that is the two homunculus, the motor and the sensory homunculus, we don't do so in a manner that the proportionality resembles an actual human. The proportionality goes like this. The higher the amount of processing power a structure demands from the brain, the larger it will be represented on the graph. So that ends up creating a highly distorted human being, because despite the mouth and the hands being one of the tiniest structures in your body, they demand a lot of processing power. Therefore, in that graph, you will have a very large mouth and lip and tongue, and also very large arms to represent how much brain power it draws. So if you lift these two pictorial graphs of human beings from your brain and represent them in actual human figures, then you end up having human figures that look like ogres or ogress. For those of us who used to study literature when we were young, we know what ogres are. So at least now you have understood something very funny about how your body and your physiology works to move your body and to sense your body. Later on, I will tell you something about the phantom pain, about the referred pain, and about how if you use a machine for too long, then it becomes an extension of your body and earns its space in your sensory and motor areas of your brain. Thank you guys.